I'm Gary Isaacs with MyIntegrityPath.com. Who started the war in Ukraine? He hit me first, shouted the 5-year-old boy to his mother. I know you all heard that one. Wars have been provoked for the enrichment of banksters for thousands of years. The men who died at Pearl Harbor and in Ukraine are certainly honored for their service and ultimate sacrifice, but it might also be important to consider the reasons why they did. The bombing of Pearl Harbor was provoked by oil sanctions on Japan. Japan needed oil and they saw Indonesia as a resource, and they didn't want the United States to have the strength to stop them from stealing it. It doesn't make Putin right for attacking Ukraine, but was he provoked to save Russian access to the Black Sea? Did U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken provoke him under the Biden administration? Did Blinken invite Ukraine to join NATO with the declaration that Crimea and the Donbass were to be included? If he did that, and it looks like he did, it could start a war with Russia, and I think the banksters knew that, and we're probably all on board. George W. Bush once said that the way to fix the economy was to start a war. That's how Keynesian economics works. You need to spend a lot of money. Provocations have been used to start wars for generations. Whenever it appears to a government that a war is needed to prop up the economy and increase the flow of fiat money, some political leader will be provoked to the point that it appears there's no choice but to attack somebody. Sanctions imposed on Russia since the attack on Ukraine have provoked the governments and the public to think more deeply about that. Sanctions have backfired recently. As soon as the public began to see that the power of the government to shut down the flow of money to anyone, not just to countries but also to individuals, as was demonstrated by Trudeau when he was able to prevent access to the personal money of protesting truckers in Canada, such provocation causes alternatives to be more eagerly sought by the free citizens of the world. In 2008, the traders on Wall Street were lining their pockets by ignoring the risk in paper money transactions. Traders were bundling high-risk mortgages and selling them to banks, insurance companies, and hedge funds to inflate their balance sheets. Satoshi Nakamoto saw that nobody was being punished for their greed and fraudulent trading. So, being acquainted with software and the internet, he engineered an alternative. He wrote a white paper that provided a private peer-to-peer trading system that he called Bitcoin, a property that could be held on a private ledger in cyberspace by individual citizens as a store of value and a trade mechanism. One of the wonderful parts of Bitcoin is that it's provocation-proof. It can't be used to sanction anyone because it's not controlled by human hands, most especially the greedy and power-hungry ones. Bitcoiners are all equal. It doesn't matter if the parties in a Bitcoin transaction politically agree with each other or not, and no owner of Bitcoin, whether big or small, or even a government, has power to sanction anyone. Do you get the picture? Think about it. To learn more, go to myintegritypath.com and download my audiobook, Searching for Bitcoin. I'm Gary Isaacs, wishing you a good and safe day today, and sleep well tonight knowing that your integrity and your savings are in your own custody.